Hi, and thanks for coming to watch this video from Carolina Varsity. We're going over the 2016 North Carolina High School Football Championships. And now we're going to take a look at the 2AA state championship game, which will be played Saturday morning at 11:05 a.m. at North Carolina State University. And in this game, we got Northside going to play Shelby.
And Shelby is, of course, the representatives from the West with a 15-0 record. And the Golden Lions will be going up against Northside Jacksonville with a 12-3 record, the Monarchs from down east. Dale, both of these teams have got some pretty good numbers. The biggest number and the biggest differential is in the points that the teams have scored.
Right.
Shelby has rolled up 627 points this year for a 42-point per game average. Jacksonville has scored 419 points with a 27-point per game average. Both teams have allowed right out around 150 points per game, 142 for Shelby, 157 for Jacksonville. Both teams are pretty close on the way that on the total yards that they make, but as in the other 2A matchup, these teams are opposite.
Exactly.
They're flip-flops. Shelby gets more yards on through the air, 246 yards passing per game, and 132 yards rushing. Northside Jacksonville, on the other hand, gets more rushing, 224 yards per game, 110 yards passing. We talked about this offline a while ago. The defense is sort of a wash, so you can't give either. I don't think you can anyway. I don't think you get either team a definite big advantage on defense. So this time it's going to be up to which offense can perform the best. Shelby does have some good defenders. We talked last week about Shelby, and the coach's concern was that sometimes whenever Shelby gets a big lead in the second half, defense comes out and they get a little flat because they figure game's out of reach, and it allows teams to get back in the game. Never really threaten them, but they get back in the game. But last week they stayed focused against Monroe. Now they're going to have to stay focused, I think, again this week against Monarch.
Right.
And if they can do that, then I see Shelby winning by about 14, 15, 16 points, somewhere in that vicinity.
Right.
But that's going to be if the defense can stay focused, and of course if their passing game is effective as it can be, depending upon what kind of weather conditions they may face.
Yeah, so we were talking offline about one individual I was mentioning to you, Dax Hollifield. That's the linebacker at Shelby. Big-time players come to play in big-time games. And Jacksonville is looking at being a run team. I think that's something that a good linebacker can help you out with a lot. Granted, we don't have the kind of defenses, but they're not defenses are far off from each other, and they're not far off from some of the better defenses that we've talked about so far. Is 150-ish points versus 100 points, but having to bring a run game in and against Shelby, I kind of like having my odds there.
I saw Shelby play 2 games this year. I saw him play South Point, I saw him play Burns. And in both of those games, they shut down opposition. I think both teams had less than 100 yards rushing at the end of the game. But, they are very effective against the rush.
Yeah, so, I don't know. It's Shelby's big thing is passing. They throw the ball a lot. That can hurt you if the weather's not right, and the potential of the weather not being right is obviously there. But if we have good conditions, which it looks like they should be potentially okay conditions for the game, they should be able to throw the ball. But it could be a real exciting ball game, and we could end up seeing. I think that Shelby's proven they can put a lot of points up. So
I made a mistake. I saw him play South Point, and I saw him play Kings Mountain.
Okay.
Kings Mountain. But you're right. Shelby can't score points.
And
no doubt about that.
And Kings Mountain, I saw Kings Mountain, and when I saw Kings Mountain, they had a pretty good run game, and Shelby was able to handle that run game. So I think you got a good ball game. We'd like to hear what you think. I've picked Shelby at the start of the playoffs to win it all. Kind of hard to jump off the horse now when you they've made it all the way to the they made it all the way to the to their final destination. Now can they just bring it on home? Makes me think about a Marshall Tucker song. This old mare. I'm riding. She's getting kind of tired. I don't know if you've heard that, but heard it in a love song. Anyway.
Oh yeah, I've heard that.
Come tell us what you think about the ball game. We'd like to hear some feedback, Carolina Varsity. And if you attend the game, we'd love to hear what you thought about it. Thanks for watching.